Hello, my name is Tracy Allen, and I want to welcome you to Cooking with Some Friends. Hello everyone, and welcome to Cooking with Some Friends. I've been outside kind of windblown, but I came inside because I wanted to make a dessert for later. So I'm going to do some lemon sour cream sugar cookies, and then I'll show you the icing that goes on them too. But to start with, I've creamed 1/2 cup of soft room temperature butter, and to that I want to add 2 cups of sugar. Now I want to cream this together for about 2 to 3 minutes, so I'll come back when it's nice and creamy. So I've creamed my butter and my granulated sugar together. I've also prepped my 2 cookie sheets with some parchment. I'm preheating my oven to 350. So now I'm ready to add the rest of my ingredients. I have 4 eggs that are at room temperature that I want to add in. And I also have 1/2 cup of sour cream. Sour cream always adds a little flavor, but it really makes the cookies nice and tender and moist. And then I want to add in the zest of 2 lemons. I'll use my spatula for this. And then 1/4 cup of fresh lemon juice. Husband just came in the door. Now I did go ahead and juice 3 lemons because I need a 1/4 cup for the icing as well. So I'm going to use half of it in here. I'll get there. There we go. And I want to mix these together. I'm working in the garden. Can't wait for all the fresh produce. Now this is going to be a thinner batter when we're done, but we're not done. I set that aside, and in my other bowl I have 4 cups of all-purpose flour that I want to add 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 2, and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Mix those, and then I'll gradually add the dry mixture to my creamed mixture. And then I'll take my tablespoon and drop it by tablespoons onto my sheet and bake these. And I need to bake them for about 10 to 11 minutes. And they will spread out some. Then I'm going to let them cool for a while on my tray before I transfer them to a cooling sheet. And then once they're completely cool, we can make the icing, and I'll show you that here in a little bit. For the icing, you're going to need another 1/4 cup of softened butter, 2.5 cups of powdered sugar, that other 1/4 cup of lemon juice, And then depending on how thin you want it, you'll need a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of milk. And you can always add yellow food coloring or sprinkles or whatever you want as well. Finish this up with my spatula so I don't overmix. We're going to go ahead and get these dropped onto our sheet. And I'll show you when they come out of the oven. So the last of the cookies have come out, and as you can see, they're kind of a golden brown on the bottom, and they took, in my oven, my oven is a little bit cooler, even though I've checked it, but anyway, it took it about 12 minutes and per batch. So anyway, now I'm ready to make the icing. So in my bowl, I have a 1/4 cup of room temperature butter. And to that, I want to add, I'm going to put in 2.5 cups of powdered sugar, but I'm going to just do 1 cup to start with. Mix that in. And then I have my other 1/4 cup of fresh squeezed lemon juice that I told you we would use. So there's a 1/4 cup of lemon juice. Now I can add my other 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. I always keep my 1/4 cup in my powdered sugar, that's why. I could have gotten another cup out, but I didn't. Mix that in. Now at this point, once you get that mixed together, you can add some yellow food coloring. Like I said, you could put sprinkles on the top of these, but it's a nice lemony icing. I'm gonna go ahead and add just a little bit of yellow food coloring. A couple drops, we'll see if that's as yellow as I want it. That's a really pale yellow, almost an off-white, so I think I want a little more, maybe another couple drops. If your icing gets too thick on you, you can always add up to 2 tablespoons of whole milk. Okay, we have a nice creamy pale yellow, and so now we can spread it on our cookies. I should have gotten my spatula out, but I didn't. Let this icing set up a little bit, and there are our lemon sour cream sugar cookies. I'll get a better spatula when I go to do the rest of them. If you can see see, I want to see the inside of the cookie. If I can break it now that I've got the icing on it. Nice and tender crumb inside. Okay, I'll finish these up. Thanks for joining us for this session of Cooking with Some Friends. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And find us on Facebook at Cooking with Some Friends.